Hi, my name's Josh. I'm currently living and working in Cambodia. And for me, a watch has been an accessory that I've always worn ever since I was a kid, and I got my first Swatch watch from mum and dad. But now, as a teacher, more than ever, it's part of my essential toolkit. My life is basically broken down into 50-minute chunks in which I need to understand how many minutes I've taught for, or how many minutes are remaining. I need to count those seconds that I'm interrupted. And I need to know exactly how long is left for each activity and examination. So my watch is useful, but it also carries a great deal of meaning. It's probably the second most important item in my life, second only to my wedding ring, which has hardly left my finger in the last 15 years. So my wedding ring carries a great deal of significance, but the watch is different. It was designed and crafted just like the ring. It is a combination of inanimate objects assembled together by a craftsman to create something special, something to be loved, something to be used, but something with a heartbeat. It's as if it's almost living. So I was around 27 or 28 when I started searching for my new watch that I wanted to purchase for my 30th birthday present. It was going to be the watch that would last me my lifetime. It was going to be my first proper mechanical watch. And my buddy was wearing an Omega, and he told me this was, the first watch ever worn on the moon. That got me hooked on Omega. I was after a tool watch. It had to be waterproof. It had to have a date function. It had to be pleasing to my eye, with nothing superfluous. So after many, many months, I limited my searching to an Omega Seamaster 300. But I had to have sword hands. So with my limited budget, I finally bought the Omega Seamaster 2254.50 with full box and papers. So it's currently on a NATO strap whilst living here in Cambodia, because I didn't want to draw any unnecessary attention with the stainless bracelet. And this watch has been worn every day since the 21st of August 2012, when I turned 30, except for a 2-week period. I thought it had been stolen whilst on a family holiday. And after filing a police report and searching the house inside and out, I was totally devastated and resigned myself to the fact that it was gone. However, weeks later, I stumbled across it, hidden inside my shoe. And I remembered that I'd put it there so that I wouldn't forget it whilst on holidays. And I never knew that finding something which I thought was lost could bring so much happiness and relief and reason to celebrate. But the watch itself, its case is dented. The bezel spins around both directions after being dropped. There's scratches on the lugs from when I hastily tried to swap out the bracelet for a different strap. It's been worn. It's had a life well lived. It's been loved. And I guess all those marks and traits tell the story of the journey and the adventures that it's been a part of. And despite all of these knocks and bumps, it's rock solid. I've never serviced it in 8 years, and it keeps excellent time. It just keeps on ticking on. There's lots of things I still love about it. I love how the light catches the waves on the dial. I love how the second hand ticks around and brings a smile to my face. And it wasn't even until recently that I discovered that the end of the second hand actually has some red on it. It doesn't help when you're colorblind. Anyway, this is my watch. This is my collection. But as I near 40, I'm dreaming of adding another one. You never know, maybe I'll be one day I'll be a 2-watch guy. And together these 2 watches would carry on the adventures of my life. And who knows, maybe one day those 2 watches, if that ever happens, can continue their adventures in my son's futures. What a good story to tell. Thanks.